Okay, I'm going to introduce you to three of the men here. There's two of them that are silver leaders and one platinum leader, which is my husband. So we have Mark McLean, and he's a silver leader. I'll show you. He's right there. He's waving.
Got it.
And we have James over here.
Hello.
Silver leader, and Jason Platstop, platinum. So we are just going to, they're going to tell you their story and how they got started with Young Living, and thoughts on the business and how they're supporting their wives, sort of thing. So enjoy.
I get to watch myself?
Yeah, you get to watch
so
yourself.
I'm way out of my comfort zone here. I'm way over prepared. I think it's expected to be more people here, but hey.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, so Lisa asked me to do this. Well, she didn't ask me to do this. She told me I was doing this. It felt like one of those speech writing assignments in school, so I went and bought these little cards. So you're all lucky. You get to see me up here for my very first event. And I have a feeling it's not going to be my last. And it's actually isn't that hard. I love the oils. My family loves the oils, and the oils have changed. My name is Jason. My wife is a platinum leader with Young Living, and the ladies asked me if I would come here tonight and talk to everybody about what it's like to be a husband in this oily life and business, and how I support Lisa so she can become more successful. I'm going to break it down into three parts: how I started, how it started for us, how I use the oils myself, and what I do to support Lisa. Okay, so I started like all of the other ones. Sporn Books, Tupperware, Avon, Epicure.
Didn't we do Tupperware?
We did Tupperware.
What?
We went to parties and bought stuff, so I never knew what was happening. Epicure, which we still use. I love Epicure. Wannabe, smelly candles, sex toys. You went to all of them. You went to all of them. Okay. One day we're in the kitchen. One day we were in the kitchen, and Lisa said she was going to one of these oil nights with her sister. And like, I knew what essential oils were. Again, nothing against essential oils, but I knew this was network marketing, and I remember how all the other ones had turned out. I said, please don't buy anything. Please don't buy anything. Pretty sure my plea meant nothing. She ended up buying it, putting it away somewhere. And I think you put it away somewhere and just kind of forgot about it.
For 2 months, yeah.
As we were already trying to live a healthy lifestyle as far as diet went, and we eat organic, we buy things minimal packaging, and just like we do all that stuff. We already started phasing out detergents, repellents, sunscreens, any chemicals we could get rid of in the home. We did in favor of green products. Some time had passed. I had forgotten about the kit, and then Lisa started pulling out different oils from the starter kit, and we started experimenting, making things, homemade things like bug repellents, things for bug bites, scrapes, cuts, that sort of thing. It wasn't until Levi's 4th birthday in 2015. He was completely incapacitated with an earache. We had made it through a short birthday party at the bowling alley. When we got home for presents and cake, I had never seen him in worse shape. He had passed out on the couch. Family and friends looked on. That's when Lisa remembered the purification of earache. She put some around his ears. I don't know if she put it in his ears.
No.
Just around his ears. And within a half an hour, the kid was awake, eating cake, bouncing off the walls. Everybody was witness to this. We were blown away, and we haven't looked back since. How I use these oils? Well, I've always been into health and natural remedies whenever possible. Modern medicine isn't that old. And before that, people use plants. So Young Living has a long list of products that I use on a regular basis. Just to list a few things. Get up in the morning, have a shot of the Ninja Red. Then I go to the closet and I dig into the YL vitamins. Vitamins for bone health, liver function, your omega fatty acids, all your vitamins, your A's, B's, your C's, all that stuff. Then I dig into an amazing protein shake, and I'm picky. I've been working out for a long time. I've tried every protein shake, and that protein shake is delicious. The chocolate is amazing. I put a drop of peppermint in it, and it's like eating chocolate peppermint ice cream. It's amazing. I hop in the shower. I use Young Living shampoo, Young Living soap, and then I brush my teeth with Young Living toothpaste. I pop out of the shower, I throw on the Shutron cologne or any of the other tree oils. And if I'm hurting, then I'll throw on some Panaway. That's to make some pain. I'll throw on some Panaway or some deep relief. I don't often get headaches. If I do, there's oils for that. Quite often with 3 kids, I will need calming oils that have shown to change brain chemistry, and I'll need a lot of that. One thing that's a game changer for me is I get cold sores, maybe 3 times a year, and they linger for a week, 2 weeks. Sometimes that's sick. Now, when I feel it coming on, I hit it with peppermint. Right away, stops in its tracks. I was blown away this last one I had. I tried thieves and frankincense and all that. Nothing. Thieves kind of killed it. Nothing really worked that great. Peppermint stopped it in its tracks. I was thrilled. And that's a game changer because you can't go. I can't go. I have a cold sore. I feel like everybody's scared. So that's a big one. The kids use the oils. They love them. They use it for all the same things. When they get sick, which happens a lot with school, I go a little overboard with the oils. Okay, I just diffuser in every room, and every kid is lubed up to the max with everything from respiratory care, thieves on their feet, to eucalyptus on their chest. Use it all. Rylan has never missed a hockey commitment in 3 years. And I believe it's because of the oils. Levi doesn't know what Advil or Tylenol is. It's a big one. It's a big. We've used these oils long enough that he doesn't remember anything before that. So, which is pretty cool. Now, when I feel a cold coming on, I drink Thieves oil right away.
But we're not telling you to drink the oils.
I'm sorry, I drink
Water.
Thieves tea.
It's whatever.
Right
It's
away.
fine. We're safe.
Wow. Okay. I haven't had a man cold in 2.5 years, so I haven't had a man cold in 2.5 years,
That's
and
good
it's
to know.
amazing. People ask me sometimes, what oils are good for what. I'll go to my app. If I don't know, it's very helpful. The last part I'm going to touch on, and I think the main reason I've been asked here today, is to talk about like I'm leader. Someone very passionate about what she does. Your lady loves the oils as much as Lisa does, and has a drive to make this happen. This business will work. Business model is sound and proven. It will take a lot of cooperation from both of you. Now, from what I understand, Lisa's ascension in this company is fairly quick, and she will be the first to tell you that she would not have been successful this quickly if I didn't provide the support and understanding. We still struggle at times, for sure. Don't get me wrong. There is so much passion and drive in this girl. There's no way she wasn't going to succeed with her company. So, I've seen the compensation plan, and there's no way I'm doing this. I'm letting her do this without me. Right? Now, I understand everybody's work situations may be different, whether you work away, you work shift work. I can only tell you my personal experience and what I've learned, and hopefully it will help in terms of maybe you aren't the only one who's husband or guy that's been frustrated by a lot of stuff that happens. I feel I should set the stage a little bit. I've worked at Canoe Forest Products over here for 19 years. I feel fairly fortunate. It's 3 blocks from my house. My shifts are short. I have a steady shift. It's high paying. It's high paying for unskilled labor. It's very laid back. Just to tell you how laid back my job is, I woke up at 2:24 the other night. I'm supposed to be at work at 1. Nobody called me. I called them and I said, how come nobody has called me? It's like, you're not here? I said, well, no, I'm not here. I'm not there, I'm here. And they said, well, just come on in, and when you get here, just go to this certain station and away you go. And I just strolled in and went to work, and I mean, it's okay. But on the flip side of that, it's dirty, it's mind-numbing, and it's soul-sucking. In 2010, I took a graveyard job to be able to avoid daycare costs, which means I worked from 1 a.m. till 8 a.m. It allowed me to be available for everything from field trips to hockey practices. I could pick my kids up and drop them off from school whenever I wanted, and eventually it would give me the time to allow Lisa to pursue this job. It had its drawbacks, however, in that being available for everything meant normal sleep patterns don't exist. At the time, Lisa was still at the bank. Rylan had just started kindergarten and was in his first year of hockey. Brooklyn was at home with me, and later on that year, Levi was there. And as we all know, when you're tired, your brain chemistry doesn't work quite the same, and rational decision making and reactions to stressful situations aren't always on point. This still happens from time to time. I've given myself enough rope to hang myself on many occasions. I'm still here, but this is the kind of hamster wheel we were on at the time. That Young Living entered our lives. Our Young Living business grew organically at first. I'm just sharing with family and friends, having the odd oil night at our house, or at least we'll go off to the odd oil night. All right, but it was like anything else I'd mentioned before, except for these girly nights started turning into small paychecks. I knew the oils worked, and I could see my wife's passion for them and how much she enjoyed sharing them. And as the months rolled on, the checks got slightly bigger, the more activity she did. One day, Lisa showed me a book called The 4-Year Career. We briefly discussed it. She's inspired. She reads Adam Green's book. She's more inspired. Then she starts using her earnings to go to business conventions and other inspirational events. Her wheels were turning. Every time she came back, she was more excited. I could sense a change. Am I loud enough?
Yeah, I think so.
At this point, Lisa was growing very tired of her job at the bank. Man, I'm getting emotional now. She was getting very tired of her job at the bank and the politics surrounding it, and I was getting tired of hearing about it. There was more than one occasion when she would come home in tears because she'd be given a hard time about the oils, or dicked around on her shifts. Sorry. So we looked at it, and we realized the more time she put into this business, the more time she spent showing the oils, the bigger the checks got, until eventually she was making as much money as she was making at the bank. So that was it. We agreed that she would quit her job and focus on Young Living full time. She had set a goal of leaving her 9 to 5, and she'd achieved it. The next goal, hashtag this, you can use this, bring daddy home. This is when my roller home really changed. I remember when I said I'd be available for everything, for this to work. for me to retire from a job thought I had 23 more years at, I had to be very flexible with my time, my sleep, and an ever-changing Young Living schedule. I have willingly taken on most of the household duties, such as meals, laundry, bedtimes, and general housework, just to give Lisa more time to focus on her business. This has been hard on us at times. Sometimes we don't see each other for a long time because I need to sleep and she needs to go to an oil night or a monthly event or a one-on-one. The love for sharing these oils has turned into an amazing opportunity for us. It wasn't long before Lisa was eclipsing my paychecks. Her drive was amazing, and the sacrifices that we were making were paying off. Every time she would come home from a conference, she would be more driven than before, and it showed. Her team was getting bigger, and things were getting exciting. As things got busier, it also meant more time spent on Facebook and the phone. Now, this is a business that you can take as slow as you want or as fast as you want. And with faster comes more time spent on those phones, and those Facebook apps, or those computers. The problem is people are available at different times, and the best way to communicate with these people is through social media. So if Lisa's communicating with moms that are at home during the day, she needs to be on there during the day. If she needs to communicate with working moms that are at home in the evening, she needs to be on there in the evening. And it's been the source of many disagreements and many fights, right, from this. Because I would feel like she's putting in too much time, but I realize from the results and the actions that she's taking that it's worth it. I'm really not sure how you become successful in this business without social media as quickly as she has. And I've come to accept the fact that these are necessary tools if we want to make this work. If all goes according to plan, I will be retiring from my job 23 years early.
Awesome.
Thanks to my wife, Young Living, and this amazing opportunity. I look forward to being home for my kids every hour of every day if need be. I look forward to learning how to golf better. I look forward to going to the gym more. I look forward to getting regular sleep. I look forward to learning to cook more than spaghetti and hamburgers. And I look forward to enjoying life with my kids while they're still young. I mean, the way I look at it, most of us would support our wives or our significant others if they want to go back to school. I want to go be a real estate agent, a nurse, care aide, a teacher's assistant. Any of these professions. They take a few years of school and a variety of sacrifices to make it work. To me, this is no different. I'm 43 years old. I'm not interested in going back to school to improve my earnings. The job pays pretty decent, but time is going by way too fast. The kids are growing up, and we still haven't been to Disneyland. So, am I jealous or resentful that my wife makes exponentially more money than me? Not at all. We are a team. That's how I look at it. We have family goals of traveling, buying a new home, and various other things. Lisa has worked her butt off for us, and I'm proud of the role I have been able to play in the success of our family. That's all I got.
Nicely done.
Holy smokes.
You're up. I did not write a speech, so we're together on this one.
Yeah.
And we're the silvers. See, what's the
reason-
difference
I know.
between the silvers and the
I have
platinum?
a feeling that when I'm not working anymore, I'm going to be asked to do this a lot more.
The same.
Yeah,
That's the only reason.
You're gonna throw me
Yeah,
on
you're
the
up.
hook here.
The problem is you don't have anything to look at now. You
Yeah.
got to look at his lap. You got to make eye
How
contact.
about you watch it, James? It'll be a light
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Here we go.
Oh man.
Just do the same for you. Awesome.
Hello. So I didn't really write anything. I thought this was gonna be more laid back, but now I got to follow the master. I mind the triangle. But I guess we're going to touch on a few things about how our family has started using the oils. A few years ago, Steph started buying the oils and we implemented them into our family. And even growing up, my mom was actually in the oils. And I even remember we would use it all growing up. But yeah, she did Ninja when we were little kids. And then Steph bought the oils, and then all of a sudden she started going to these oil nights. How old? I'm 26. Yeah. So I was like, how long has Young Living been around? 25 years. So I could have been using it straight from the gates. So then Steph started going to these oil meetings, and right at that time, this opportunity came up in a fish store. So we actually took over this fish store in town. And then right at the same time, Steph and her mom were kind of going to all these meetings. And I kept telling them, you know what, just don't worry about the Young Living thing. Let's focus on our business. And it wasn't long until Steph was showing a lot of go on it. And it actually, when it first started, I went to Utah on this convention. And Steph's paychecks were getting big. And when we got back, we had more talks about it, and I gave her a lot more encouragement to keep going with it. But so yeah, it's not an easy thing though. It takes a lot of drive, and me and Steph, we've always been self-employed, so I think we've always had the drive to go for the business side. Steph ran a daycare for a few years, and even we're running a plumbing company. But how I use oils personally, I've had heartburn for about 10 years, to the extreme where I didn't even know what it was at first. And you'd be trying to sleep, and your throat's burning, and you're burning right up. And I would take Tums, and we play in a band as well. I'd be playing a night, and I'd eat a whole thing of Tums by the end of the night, just to keep my heartburn going. And when you're exerting that much when you're playing, it's I don't know, it just makes your heartburn so much worse. And then Digize, started taking Digize. It took about a month for it to actually really start working. And now I'll maybe use Digize like once every couple of weeks. And even my dad, he had heartburn. He's on these little yellow pills. He's pretty much completely free of heartburn as well. And then the little things like headaches and stuff, you don't get many headaches. I actually get quite a few headaches. But M-Grain, peppermint, you get blemishes on your skin, there's stuff for that. And that's my story. Lisa, you want to ask me a question?
Point me in the direction.
I think that was two of the topics. There was
Yeah.
three topics, the business side and how I personally use
So
it.
how do you see this going forward? Like, where are your goals going forward? Like, to
Yeah, our goals, we're actually in a good position, I think, for like work-wise. But I see maybe I see a lot of potential with the Young Living business. You can there's more time to travel, and so yeah, I do see a lot of potential with the income. I actually read the 4-year career book as well, and that's it. It all kind of happened all at once. Steph's been kind of involved with this for about 8 months now. But when we got back from Utah, and her checks started like getting over $1,000 and the Utah thing, and then I read the 4-year career, and it even says in there like, what other job do you go and there's no cap on your salary? So it's pretty interesting stuff. You go to the mill and they're like, your max paycheck is this, or you go anywhere, right? And and there's huge rewards for that. And even local people like Lisa's doing really well, and it's like right here in Canute. And it's not like these stories of faraway lands of people coming back. Like even the oil patch, right?
Yeah.
People going over there and all of a sudden they're making all this money. It's like, oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But even Adam Green in Kelowna, he's like one of the leaders for like Canada. So there's a lot of benefits with it. But it's not at first. And it kind of goes through waves for Steph's team anyway. It's like you're pushing hard and your team grows, and then it's a really big commitment for getting people to join on and even to just show up to meetings. But it's just like anything else. You plan to meet a friend or anything, and half the time it cancels at the last second anyways. So it's just building a lot of relationships and kind of tapping into your family and friends, and then those people telling friends.
Yeah.
I was actually I'm in like a lot of houses every day, so I get to share with some people. But there was like 2 people that I was talking with today just using the oils. Like actually the one person I walked in their house and there was a Young Living thing going and all of her oils and stuff, so we got talking about it.
Those are the wrong people to talk to.
But you know what? I actually got talking about her, and I'm not going to bring up any names where I was, but she buys it from a friend, so she's not even signed up with it. So I was like, "Who do you get your oils from?" And she said, "Well, she's like, I just go to somebody again, a name in Salmon Arm, and she just buys me wholesale price." Steph said that she pays retail, and Steph said I should have told her if you sign up with your own account, you can actually get wholesale and to save some money. And then I even told her like you get like a few friends underneath you and maybe more than a few, but starts paying for half your order at least, and all of a sudden your whole order is getting paid for. And then all of a sudden you guys can't see on the shelves, but you can live on this. There's waffle mix, there's toothpaste, there's dental, everything that you pretty much need, other than fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff. But you can pretty much live on it. So now you get these people underneath you. It's paying for your product. And then you start making a little bit of extra money on the side.
Yeah.
And just like anybody else, it starts growing, and then you see the potential, and it's like an ongoing thing. It's not just like you got to work 40 years at the mill to get a pension. And then it caps out, and you don't even know if your pension's going to be there. Unless you get your team underneath you, people keep going. And online shopping is getting so popular. Everybody's buying stuff on Amazon. It's just going to your door. You buy stuff with Young Living, it just shows up at your door, and that's the way the future's going. So. Yeah. Mic drop. Is that what that was? Boom.
Thanks, James.
Maybe next time
The mic drop.
I'll write some stuff out. I thought this was just going to be a casual little talk about how we support our wives.
No, it is.
And then
I can't free flow like you. You're
boy,
good
that
at
wasn't
it.
a free
I was
flow. But,
I can't free flow like that.
All right. Now we have Mark. Well, we'll cut your head
Mark's a
off.
good free flower, too.
Hi, interweb. I don't know how many people are out there, but hello. I'm Mark McLean. My wife is Gloria McLean. I'm not sure if anybody on there may know her or not. So yeah, she started Young Living.
August
August.
2016.
Right. So it's been a quick progression, you know. As my friend Justin that came tonight so eloquently put, I just kind of thought it was wizard tears. I didn't really think that it was a, I just thought it was another thing like Jason's story there. We've tried a couple other things, and it just kind of never really had the moxie or the go with it. And lo and behold, Glow starts the oils, and right away I start seeing changes. Those of you that know my wife, she's actually had or been diagnosed with autoimmune disease, and right away when she was 21, they told her that it was fibromyalgia. To my testament, I never really believed a whole lot that that's exactly what it was. I think that's a term that gets tossed around when people don't know kind of what's going on. Sorry. There we go. Sorry, I got to be able to see a little bit here. So a little pop-up came up. Yeah, so all of a sudden she started using the oils, and she started feeling healthier and started seeing some very real results. Not only that, the house was smelling great. The kids were not sick like thieves. I'm blown away. It's one of my favorite oils. And then that just kept growing. And then the other part that I seen was when she would go to events and so on and so forth, and with the reading that she was doing, she was growing. she was growing as a person. She was growing for her family, and it was just something really amazing to see what that transformation can be. You know, we get kind of get stuck in these ruts, and this was something that really kind of shook the tree, and I was just like, wow, this is pretty amazing. So you turn around and you start like reading the books and going through the stuff, and it's pretty impressive, and it's about networking and helping people learn to feel better. You know, like you take a model and you look at a place like the Targets, the Walmarts, so on and so forth, that have just aisles and aisles of stuff that they just say products, these products, these products. But when you turn around and you look at it, these products that are being pushed on us on a whole, for all of us, are laden with chemicals, and the people that even design the stuff, you hear or listen to some of these scientists, they say, yeah, we made this, that's my job to make these products, but they don't use the products, you know, because they know that they're really not good for you, you know. So just with this and the Young Living, it really was a bit of an eye-opener. And for me, what really kind of got me on the hook was the desk reference guide.
It's behind you.
Right behind you.
Directly
Yeah, this guy. This desk reference guide. And it basically tells you every oil in there, the scientific research that they've done with these oils, and it was just blew my mind. So obviously with Glow doing better and doing more, we got more oils around the house, which then was like, ooh, what's this? And then all of a sudden it became, when's delivery day? When do we get our next little package, you know? And yeah, it's just turned out to be an amazing journey so far. Not only are the things that I've talked about, the friendships that have been made. I can look around and truly see some people that I want to be a part of their lives, and I get the mutual feeling. And you know what? Nowadays it seems like in a lot of ways it gets harder and harder as you get older to make and meet and meet people, like-minded people, and be friends with them. This is just such a great avenue. We've been traveling more, doing more. It's just on a bigger picture here, there's nothing but good. And just what James had alluded to, you know, like I worked for a big company in Calgary for 10 years and really gave it my all. You know, I'm a hardworking guy, and I really realized at the end of that 10 years, it had nothing there for me. So with what this is and how it's set up, you're really building your future. And it's to the point where you're going to get to a point, if you're going after it. Not only are you helping people better themselves in their lives, your life will then step up another notch. Yeah, it's just a really great thing. You're building your future, you know, like stuff with this whole thing, you can pass down to your family. The connections and whatnot that are being made are gonna last. How I use oils. Started off slow, and now I have a whole little kit I take in my truck. And then I find that I'm talking to people randomly about it, and just hearing people when they're sick, you know, like or their kids are sick, you know, put some thieves on your feet, you know, like do the little things. And it's so much better than like Vicks or any of that stuff, you know. It doesn't even hold a candle to it. What else? I feel like I'm rambling here.
No, you're doing great.
I wish I could ramble.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work because there is a lot of work. There's a lot of times where, you know, your wife will be committed. You know, you gotta, even though you've worked a day, it's now this thing where blended families or families just, you know, the old paradigm of just the men just coming home and sitting around, it's kind of gone, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather participate and be a part of my family rather than just come home and shut it down. So, you know, on the flip side of that, if I worked all day and she's been at home all day with the kids, and she goes to work and now I'm home with the kids, it all is kind of the same thing. So you're both making it work, right? And like I said, the community, like the small community that we live in, I didn't really think that the potential could be there for the success of this, and that's just not the case. It's just not the case. You have so many opportunities here nationwide to make connections, help people get healthy and happier. There's so much information out there that you can get into with this. Yeah, have a look. It's well worth it.
Right on.
I feel better. I feel healthier, which is a big part.
We all do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome. See you, everybody.
Woohoo! So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we successfully we did record that. So yay! Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Do you have any questions or anything? I see there's something in here that told. Aw. Thanks for joining in, you guys. It was good to have you here. Bye. Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're so sweet people.
Good night. Yeah.